On this episode, we're discussing the day your listing will see the most action and how to handle offer deadlines.
You ask real estate questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Daniel Los Angeles Show.
Welcome everybody to episode 26 of the Ask Daniel Los Angeles Show. We got 4 really good real estate questions, so let's go. George asks, can a home seller have any contingencies to selling their home? The most common seller contingency is when they say that the sale is contingent upon the seller finding a home of choice. So what that means is that the seller's they'll take your offer, but then they're gonna go out, shop around, and if they find a house that they love and wanna buy it, great. You can buy their house. But if they don't, sorry, you're out of luck. That's what that basically means. And so a lot of agents know that that's what that means, and they're not going to even show that type of property because it's almost like they're selling 2 houses. They got to sell that house, then they got to sell the house that the seller wants. And so a lot of agents stay away from that home, and when there's less agents showing your property, that means you're going to get a lower offer just because there's less competition. So if you're a seller, you want to have no contingencies. If a buyer wants to buy your home in 30 days, great. In 15 days, even better. Whatever they want to do. I mean, as long as the price is right and you're okay with their contingencies, then that's the way it should be set up. You should not have any contingencies as the seller.
Mark asks, when will my property see the most action?
Your home's listing is going to get the most action and attention on the very first day. You got to look at it as if it's a big summer movie blockbuster. So you see all the commercials and it's saying this Friday, movie's opening up this Friday, right? It grosses $100 million, but the next weekend it gets cut in half to 50 million. And then after that, lower and lower. It's basically the same thing with houses, just on a daily basis. So the first day, you're going to see it at its highest point. You can see all these like on a chart on Zillow. It's really cool. The next day, it's going to be lower. The day after that, it's lower. The day after that, it's lower. So the most attention that your property has is day 1. So you want to make sure that everything looks perfect that very first day. The pictures have to look great. Your agent has to be ready to show it that first day. Everything needs to be great on that first day.
Will asks, there's an offer deadline on a house I really like. Should I put in an offer right at the last minute?
So let's say there's an offer deadline Wednesday at 2 o'clock, right? Do you wait until that very last minute to submit the offer, or do you just throw it in as soon as possible? My advice is that you put it in as quickly as possible because you never know what the other offers are going to be. Let's say another buyer comes in and puts in a cash offer on Monday, 24-hour deadline on that offer. The seller now has to make a choice. Do I take that offer that looks perfect, or do I wait until my deadline? A lot of sellers are going to just take that offer and the deadline now disappears, and you were going to wait until that very last minute, and now you can't even submit an offer anymore because they already took an offer. So put in an offer as soon as you can. Don't wait until the deadline because that deadline could go poof in just a second.
Eva asks, what is the reason why a buyer would not be able to get a loan for my condo?
There are 3 reasons why a buyer for your condo won't be able to get a loan. The first one is going to be litigation. Let's say there's another homeowner that is suing the HOA for whatever reason. Lenders do not like when there's litigation at the property. There's certain ones that will lend, but it really depends on the circumstances of the litigation. So that's number 1. Number 2, the reserves have to be healthy. Now, the lenders don't give you an exact number of what the reserves need to be. For example, 100 grand, they don't give you numbers. They just say healthy reserves. So that's what I'm telling you, healthy. The third reason has to be, has to be 51% of the owners actually living there. So 51%, 49% of the complex can be rented out to tenants. They want to see those ratios. So if you got those 3 things going for you, then a buyer for your condo can get a loan. That is it for episode 26 of the Ask Daniel Los Angeles Show. Follow me on Instagram at Daniel Los Angeles. We are over 20,000 followers now. You keep asking real estate questions, and I'll keep answering them.